Welcome to Formula 2 race day. We are here at the Miami International Autodrome for another exciting race day. Let's get started. The Miami International Autodrome is a 3.36-mile circuit that circumnavigates the Hard Rock Stadium. The track was designed with 19 corners and long straightaways to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results with a look at the starting grid. A fantastic effort from Victor Martins yesterday puts him on pole position, with Zane Maloney alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Pourchaire, Fittipaldi, Arthur Leclerc, Iwasa, Cordial, Vesti, Benavides, Ollie Behrman, Nissani, Doohan, Dennis Hauger, Ralph Boschong, Novalak, Stanek, Correa, Isaac Hadjar, Miney, Deruvala, Verschoor, and Jack Crawford completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's get down to the track. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Let's go, final lap. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic. Amazing, you deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Prema today. It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again, as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Alex. But if I have to say one that impressed me most, it's only Berman.
Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling installment when Formula 2 returns. You join us back at Texas for today's race, and it's shaping up to be a special one. I think it's safe to say we're all waiting in anticipation for what will be, no doubt, an incredible day of Formula 2. The Circuit of the Americas is a 3.4-mile track made up of 20 turns, turn 1 being the biggest standout, boasting a very steep uphill run going into a tight hairpin corner. The circuit features plenty of long, tight corners along straights with 2 DRS zones to incentivise overtaking throughout. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Teo Porcher will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from him. And it's Victor Martins in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fittipaldi, Iwasa, Zane Maloney, Doohan, Behrman, Leclerc, Nissany, Frederick Vesti, Cordial, Boschong, Richard Verschoor, Kushmaini, Benavides, Crawford, Stanek and Jayant Daruvula, Hauger, Hajar, Novalak, and Juan Manuel Correa completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Alongside me today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. There looks to be a challenging race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With that in mind, what are you looking out for today?
Well, Alex, I want to see how the drivers at the back of the grid are going to roll down. They'll need to make an impact in the early stages, and they are probably hoping for a bit of luck at the start. We may see some bold maneuvers out there today.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
And that brings to an end another great race. And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the MP Motorsport team, and I'm very happy to see them up there on the top step of the podium. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I'd probably go for Dennis Auger. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in the pack, and he was good enough to take the opportunities.
That's the end of today's race. Thank you for joining us, and I'm sure you'll agree it was a great race and sets us up nicely for the next instalment in a few weeks' time. Take care. From Davide and I, it's goodbye. It's not just F1 that gets the party here in Vegas. It is time for Formula 2 to join the fun. .8 miles and 3 straight, 17 corners should provide plenty of interest with 2 DRS zones to help overtaking, really putting these Formula 2 cars through their paces. Here are the starting positions for today's race. A fantastic effort from Zé Maloney yesterday puts him on pole position. And it's Enzo Fittipaldi in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Doohan, Cordial, Ayumu Awasa, Behrman, Martins, Pourchaire, Benavides, Arthur Leclerc, Nissani, Hauger, Frederic Vesti, Juan Manuel Correa, Miney, Stanek, Deruvala, and Ralph Boschong. Hadjar, Vishaw, Novalak, and Jack Crawford completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Alongside me today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. There looks to be a challenging race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With that in mind, what are you looking out for today?
Well, Alex, I want to see how the drivers at the back of the grid are going to roll up. They'll need to make an impact in the early stages, and they're probably hoping for a bit of luck at the start. We may see some bold maneuvers out there today.
work. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic. Amazing, you deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Carlin have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this really drive home how much of a team sport this is. They did a lot of work on the pit wall to really make the most of each stint and to make the best use of the tires. But that said, all of that would have been for nothing without a talented hand on the wheel.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Alex. But if I have to say one that impressed me most, it's Zane Maloney.
There will be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you'll join us at the next race when Formula 2 returns.